All right, it's 46 degrees Fahrenheit, 198,962 miles on the speedometer. We're dealing with November 1st, 2023. There is Linda. I am Cole. We're headed to Walmart, pick up some cat food, and welcome to the Please Subscribe show. Yeah, it's a bird. Poop on you. Watch out.
Grab yourself a buggy.
Oh, for Halloween. Does it say 50%? Oh, it does say 50%.
You know what somebody said at work the other day?
Went up $1. Hey, this is $4.98 right here. Oh, $3.98.
Because that's tartar. How do you know if this stuff really works? Because on Sex in the City, they like
Double ceramic.
But that's a curling iron.
Right.
No. 33 cents. No, that's
It's basically, I guess, after Halloween cookies. Not too bad on $4.48 for cookies. I think you can put all the bills in at one time. I saw this online. Or it's up here. Man, I thought that was a real dog. Got their medical care for dogs. Well, so after everything on cat food, we're looking at $7.51. I got some of these bags here because I put cat litter. This thing right here. Arena cat is what we usually get indoor. I guess their sign is on the update. Not too bad on gas. Went down the way is $2.75. little truck. Yeah, it is.
That matches Dustin's couch. Hold on. Hold on. Stop. Hold on. I want to take a picture real quick. Hold on. Send it to Dustin. Just must be from Nebraska. Beetlejuice. Oh, like she's turning. She's alive.
It's supposed to be like a toxic trash can with a skeleton guy looking over it under a spider web. Not too bad. There is Kitty.
I was getting light.
Oh, yeah. We're on the last hour of Barry Lyndon, and real quick, the narrator of it, there's a narrator in the film. His name's Michael Horden, great narrator. This is a scene where his son, Barry Lyndon, his son is walking into a entertainment room, and Kubrick is very good, especially in Barry Lyndon, especially maybe his only one, where he brings in the audience, so you can see the audience. This happens maybe 3 or 4 times in Barry Lyndon. It happens in the magic. There's a magic show where it happens in that, and a few other incidences as well, where you can actually see the audience in many cases. You could even count that as the poker room, or not the poker room, but the gambling room, where the people are kind of watching them gamble too. But he brings where you can see the audience several times in the actual movie. And this is one of the great moments in this painting room that Barry Lyndon had spent a countless amount of money to get all these paintings set up. This one being a religious one of Christ. And these all have names. If I'm not mistaken, Kubrick was brought paintings for this movie. So they would bring paintings on set, and they would set them up, and he was shown paintings throughout the entire process of the movie, constantly. The paintings were, and this happens with many filmmakers, but these paintings were of different ages, probably Renaissance, Greek. Looks like a lot of this is going to be, this is a Baroque. You could even call this movie inspired by Baroque. The room is almost Baroque. I would say very close to Baroque. Baroque is like a overstimulus of things. It's like too much of things. And Baroque period is probably what he was calling upon most. This is 1780 or so. It starts off in 1750s. This is his father, this is his son, this is the boy. I'm finding information on the boy, and I'll find the actors' names here. Ryan O'Neal is still around, so Ryan O'Neal is still an actor. And this is a great performance by Ryan O'Neal. Also, about his performance, this is almost stylized, at times almost comedic, very much like Clockwork Orange, even Full Metal Jacket, and all the other films that he's done. He calls for the actor to be stylized. It's not exactly complete realism. These people are not being pedestrian, okay? This is an example of actors wearing costumes and fitted into those costumes and walking. The boy is walking in his shoes, and his son's shoes, and making click-clock noises, you know, like clogging noises as he's walking. He's kind of stomping the ground a little bit and smiling, over-smiling really big. Very Stanley Kubrick. This scene alone, you need to see as an actor and to see the response. They will get into a huge fight later because he insults, I believe, his love. And he will throw him down. He'll throw his son on the ground and begin pummeling him. And the boy, which I believe may be the little brother, will kind of be amused by it all. It's very hard to follow without reading the memoirs of Barry Lyndon, but it's very worthwhile. Also, just to let you know, Norman Gay is in it, who is a tailor in Barry Lyndon. He's also in The Shining. I think he's used a few of them that are also in Shining. There's also the drug dealer character in Beverly Hills Cop. He's in it as well, too. Stephen Burkoff is in Beverly Hills Cop. He plays the drug dealer that Eddie Murphy comes out. He's actually plays Lord Ludd in Barry Lyndon. It's like watching a painting come alive in a very stylized way. So we're going to break this up. This is Barry Lyndon. This is actually his stepson. And he marries, his real name was Rimden Barry. But he becomes Rimden Barry Lyndon when he marries Lady Lyndon, who is of royalty, of English royalty. So this is his stepson, played by Mr. Vitelli. He's older now, of course. And his name is, I believe, Lord Bullingdon, which fits his name almost like a bully. This is Barry Lyndon's son, who's being led by his stepson, which makes sense. There's a scene where he paddles him, and he did not want that done. In a minute, he will pummel his stepson. So later, Lady Lyndon gives him a son, and his son is right here. David Morley is the actor that plays him. Not very, didn't do a whole lot other than this movie, which is common with Kubrick a little bit, but he does have an Internet Movie Database. His name is David Morley, and that's, I believe you pronounce it Vitelli, his last name. All right, that is Lord Bullingdon in the story, Larry Bindon, but Leon Vitelli was the actor's name, who also became an assistant to Stanley Kubrick and helped him along the way towards the end of his career, even with Eyes Wide Shut, and became a casting director for Stanley Kubrick. You have to see this scene. I'm not going to show it all to you, but he will pummel his stepson in front of his son. And it's pretty hard to watch. It's very stylized. I'll show you one clip of it, and then we're going to cut from here and try to finish more of the movie on our own. Okay, so Lord Bullingdon basically, in a way you could say, curses out his mother, I'm assuming, Lord Lyndon, and accuses her of bringing in the Irish in their English household, which would be Rimden Barry, which is Barry Lyndon, which is his stepfather. And then his stepfather will attack him. And this leads to the pummeling of his stepson, Lord Bullingdon, and that's Barry Lyndon, played by Ryan O'Neal. This is an Oscar award-winning performance, which I want to see if he was nominated. I want to say Ryan O'Neal probably was nominated for Best Actor for this. It'd been crazy if he wasn't. They almost won Best Picture. This is the stylized, everyone just kind of gets chaotic, and then it goes right into reality, and then goes back to stylized later. Anyway, I just wanted to pick this out for a moment, and this shot even looks like a painting too, right here. Is that not amazing? Look at the costumes alone. They won an Oscar for Best Costume. So Stanley Kubrick was up in 1975, which they held the Oscars in 1976. I believe it was the 48th Oscar Academy Awards. And he was up for Best Picture and Best Director. He would lose Best Picture to One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, and I believe to Best Director as well. Michael Douglas was the one that was producing One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. But he did win for Best Costumes, Best Score. There were several other Oscars it won for. One more note is they were up for Best Screenplay. Well, they were up for Best Adaptation Screenplay, and I don't think they won it, but they were nominated that year in 1976. for a 1975 film. Also, just to let you know, in 1976, for the 1975 Barry Lyndon, John Alcott would win the Best Cinematography. Very important to know. John Alcott is a complete genius. All right, Ryan O'Neal was not nominated for Barry Lyndon that year. The Oscars were held in 1976, the following year. But Al Pacino was for Dog Day Afternoon. It didn't go to Al Pacino. It went to a guy named Jack Nicholson. He's an actor that he kind of talks like this, you know, that actor. Well, he got it for One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest for playing a guy named Randall Patrick McMurphy. And so he got it instead. And I think One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest got it also for, I believe they got it for Best Director too. And then screenplay adaptation went to Dog Day Afternoon. I believe, no, it was an original. Dog Day Afternoon won for adaptation, I believe. It was based on an article, but it may have been original screenplay. This was an adaptation, so it wouldn't have been up against. I'll figure it out in a minute. Believe it or not, just to say, Dog Day Afternoon was an original screenplay. I was right about that. The one that won for adaptation was Ken Kesey's One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. All right, back to the picture. Well, I get to watch the picture, but I got to cut it short because I'm conserving vlog.